In a world that rushes, we pause. In a time full of noise, we choose meaning. Welcome to Cupful of Calm with Naila Qayyum, a quiet space for curious minds and thoughtful hearts. And now, it's time for another refreshing episode, a new journey steeped in insight, stirred with calm, and served with care. So settle in, let's begin. Today we would dive into the work of Harper Lee, the American author who wrote just 2 books, To Kill a Mockingbird and Go Set a Watchman. Her debut stands as a timeless masterpiece of justice, morality, and compassion. To Kill a Mockingbird is one of those rare books that grabs you right from the first page and stays with you long after you finish reading. When I opened the book, I was immediately transported to a small southern town called Macomb, Alabama during the 1930s. The story is told through the eyes of Scout Finch, a smart, curious, and fearless little girl who sees the world in a way that is honest and refreshingly innocent. Her observations bring a kind of childlike clarity to complex issues. What really drew me in was how Harper Lee masterfully blends Scout's childhood adventures, like playing with her brother, Jem, and their friend Dill, with much heavier themes like racial injustice and prejudice. You get this feeling of warmth and nostalgia from the kids' games and explorations, but underlying it all is this dark tension in the town. It's a powerful contrast that makes the story so compelling and relatable. At the center of the novel is Atticus Finch, Scout and Jem's father. He's a lawyer who believes deeply in justice and morality. Atticus agrees to defend Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused of assaulting a white woman. Watching Atticus stand tall in a town filled with prejudice was inspiring. He teaches his children that courage isn't about physical strength, but about standing up for what's right, even when the odds are against you. Through Scout's innocent eyes, you witness not just a courtroom drama, but a community struggling with its own conscience. You see the children's growing awareness of the unfairness around them, how they wrestle with the reality that sometimes people don't live up to their ideals. I found myself reflecting on how we all learn our sense of right and wrong, often shaped by the values of those closest to us, just like Scout and Jem learn from Atticus. The characters feel incredibly real. Scout's blunt honesty, Jem's journey from boyhood to a deeper understanding of the world, and Atticus's quiet strength all left a lasting impression on me. This isn't a story that lectures you. It invites you to see through the eyes of a child, feel the weight of injustice, and understand the importance of empathy and moral integrity. For me, that blend of innocence with difficult truths made To Kill a Mockingbird a deeply moving and unforgettable read. Harper Lee published only 1 novel for over half a century, the 1960 Pulitzer Prize-winning To Kill a Mockingbird. The book became a modern classic, selling over 40 million copies. For decades, Lee insisted she would never publish another book. She lived quietly in Monroeville, Alabama, and rarely gave interviews. Her elder sister, Alice Lee, was not only her protector, but also her legal advisor. Alice managed much of Harper's affairs and was known for shielding her from unwanted publicity. In 2011, when Alice retired at age 100, the management of Harper Lee's legal and literary matters passed to Tanya Carter, a lawyer who had worked closely with the family. In February 2015, to the shock of the literary world, Harper Lee's publisher announced the discovery of a long-lost manuscript, Go Set a Watchman. It was marketed as a newly found sequel to Kill a Mockingbird, though it had actually been written in the mid-1950s before Lee's famous novel. Go Set a Watchman follows an adult Scout, Finch, returning to Macomb from New York, only to find her father, Atticus, holding segregationist views. This portrayal sharply contrasted with the heroic moral figure in To Kill a Mockingbird. The publication sparked controversy on 2 fronts. First, fans were unsettled by the drastic change in Atticus's character, from a defender of racial equality to a man shaped by the prejudices of his time. Second, questions arose about whether Harper Lee had truly agreed to publish the manuscript. Critics pointed out that she was elderly, in frail health, and partially deaf, and blind when the deal was made. Some close to her suggested she might not have been fully aware of the decision. Tanja Carter, however, maintained that Lee had given clear consent. When the two novels are read together, the differences are striking. To Kill a Mockingbird presents a carefully refined narrative shaped by skillful editing and years of revision. Go Set a Watchman, by contrast, feels raw and unpolished, with less narrative focus and more direct, sometimes unsettling, political discussion. Many literary historians believe Mockingbird evolved from Watchman, with Atticus transformed into a moral ideal as part of the editing process. Harper Lee never published another book after Go Set a Watchman. She died in February 2016, a year after its release, leaving behind two works that continue to provoke debate about authorship, consent, and the changing nature of fictional heroes. If this calm resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And to stay tuned for more soulful segments, stories, and slow sips of thought, subscribe and tap the bell icon. Because here at Cupful of Calm, the quiet is never empty.